Ahoy there, listeners, and welcome back to the latest episode of the Captain's Horror Meltdown. My name is Cammy, and I will be your captain this journey. And I am joined, as ever, by John, who is the true captain of this ship this week. He will be steering us on our journey because I didn't take any notes for the film.
Whoa, this is going to go quite badly.
I've heaped a little bit much on you there.
I'm ill. Remember, I'm ill.
You are ill. You're the captain of the small tugboat that we tow along with us.
Well, I do enjoy a good tug.
You do love a bit of a tug, and you'll be gently nudging us into harbour today.
Excellent. I think I might have enough notes to nudge a little.
To nudge us. Just nudge us along.
Yeah, it won't be a solid push in the back. It will be a nudge. So faint, you might not feel it.
Oh, thank God, quite frankly. And how have you been this week, John?
I'm going to bypass the illness. I'm a bit ill, but no one wants to hear about that. I filmed a wedding. I'm going to admit some really bad geographical knowledge here. I was filming a wedding a couple of weeks ago, just after we were sort of first meant to record in Campbelltown.
Oh yeah.
And I will put my hands up here. When I took a booking for Campbelltown, I just took the booking and I was like, I think I know where that is. And then literally 4 weeks before the wedding, I looked at it on a map and I was like, oh fuck. Yeah. Oh fuck. As our friend Hamish said to me, I told him on the phone when I was going, he was like, oh man, that's the Cock of Scotland. I was like, what?
It is on the Cock of Scotland. I've never thought about that. The droopy Cock of Scotland.
Yeah, and I'd never really taken it in before, but you've got Argyll and Bute, and I looked at it, and Argyll itself is like a flaccid penis, complete with bell end.
It is hanging off the sort of off the western side of Scotland, the west coast of Scotland.
So Campbelltown kind of sits in the I would say the pleasure zone, which is almost the V where the shaft meets the head. But I've started referring to it as the cock and balls of Scotland because when I looked at the map, I don't know if you can bring a map up. If you can bring a map up and have a little look at this,
I will do the map of Scotland.
You've got the Cock of Scotland here, but my goodness, doesn't the Isle of Arran make a pretty nifty set of balls beside it?
Let me have a look at that. Hold on a second. I'll tell you. Google Maps being opened up. Any mapping software though?
No, we're
not.
Not affiliated.
We're not. Oh yeah. A detached.
Yeah, it's a bit detached. I'll give you that. Well, it's like the balls are there, but the scrotum is maybe the sea. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's an absolute belter. I've never noticed that before.
Yeah.
Slightly oddly shaped bell end.
Absolutely. It is. It's got a little bit. Oh, it's got a wee drop of spunk at the bottom.
I love that the most southerly point of it's called South End as well.
Only bettered if they paired it with a town called Bell End.
That would be absolutely unbelievable. Shall we get on with this week's film?
Let's do it. What is it?
This week we are talking about 1987's supernatural prison horror.
Yeah.
Cleverly titled Prison.
Yeah.
It's an efficient title.
It's a proper
doesn't really tell you much. It's got a prison in it.
Yep, no question about that.
I guess a big tick there for me. This is a film that I had never seen before, and really, didn't come to my attention at all at the time. Completely skipped me by.
If I'm being honest, I don't think I'd ever even heard of it. I don't even know how we're doing this. We were just tenuously linking things, weren't we?
We were tenuously linking
things. Did you just type prison horror film into Google and that popped up?
Yeah, totally. a bit of an anomaly, really. I mean, it's a weird little film as well, I think.
It is. It came about, I think I was reading a little bit about its release. I think the studio that released it collapsed pretty soon after. Right. They also released it on the same day as one of the other films.
Oh, hold on. Was it Dead Heat?
Yes, that's it. Dead Heat.
Which I've not seen, but like I really want to see. It's also an 88 Films release, I think.
Yeah, we could get around to that. I mean, I look at the front cover, it's just like, wow, that just typifies 80s VHS covers to me.
Well, that's the thing that I just wanted to... I did, I actually brought it out for me for the recording, the front cover. I mean, really, it is an absolute belter.
Yeah, it's pretty
of
good.
A cover.
It's pretty
and
good.
I mean, if that's what they led on if that was the original poster, then holy shit. Like, absolutely brilliant. I mean, there is, as all the, we'll discuss the Blu-ray as we always do later on, but there's a different sleeve available as well, which I presume was probably the original one, and I don't think it's quite as good, but it's not bad. But yeah, I mean, this film completely took me by surprise. I think that the only reason I ever discovered this film was through Amazon showing me things that I might want to buy, and it having, I think maybe I'd probably purchased a couple of 88 film releases. I'd definitely, for a long time, Dead Heat has been in my want list. So I think probably I added it on and asked me if I wanted to see this, and I just thought, I remember looking at it for a while and thinking that is a fucking ace sleeve, and then actually what really piqued my interest, and I guess what would probably pique a lot of people's interest, is that when I first noticed it was directed by Renny Harlin.
Yep, he's directed a lot of big things.
He has directed a lot of big things.
Not necessarily good things, but a lot of big things. Yeah,
not necessarily good things, but yeah, I mean, there's certainly, once I started to look into it a little bit more, and it's also, it has to be said, I mean, I don't know, I think it has been released in the States, but
yeah, I was looking at some of its releases. I mean, the Blu-ray was originally released in the States, but we'll get into that by Shout Factory. But interestingly, it never had a DVD release up to that point in the States.
All right, okay, so it went straight from VHS to Blu-ray.
Yeah, total wilderness, absolute wilderness.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. But this is a bit, you're probably going to have to lead me through a little bit, notes-wise, but shall we have a little chat about the actual film?
Yes, I'm glad you've come to me asking about the notes for this.
Well, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll try and muddle through as much as I can. I mean, I think actually there's not a massive amount to tell on this film. It's more, it's quite a simple, compact little story. So, the film, we start off with a flashback.
Yeah.
To a prisoner being executed. And then we cut forward to the prison lying sort of derelict, and the sort of prison board deciding that they're going to put the prison back into action.
Yeah.
Bring the prisoners in to clear it out, and they'll clear out their own cells and stuff, and then so quite sort of badass vibe.
Yeah,
who's that mental sheriff over in America? Sheriff Joe Arapo or whatever, the nutter that makes them all go out and chain gangs and all that. Anyway, and then it basically cuts into a pretty standard prison film for a little while.
Very much so. It's very a traditional prison film, I would say. I mean, all your stereotypes are there.
All the stereotypes are there.
You've got your hard ass warden.
Yeah.
You got your multiple stereotypical black characters. Really going for the jugular with one who's really into voodoo. Brilliant.
Yeah. Classic.
Dear Lord.
And basically we then follow Burke, who is played by Viggo Mortensen, an actor who we know. Well, it's always interesting going back to these things, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I was because it was great. When I was watching it, Rachel was just coming back from like a flight from work, and she came in to say hello, and I had to rewind it. I was like, you got to check out Viggo Mortensen in this. She was like, what film is he in? It's like, check this out. Rewound it. And it's just like, look how young he is. It's like, holy shit. He looked like a teenager, man. It's absolutely crazy. But not in a bad way. It just looks, I think it's because like, the first time I ever really became aware of him, I'm going to be honest, was the Lord of the Rings stuff. And he's obviously quite a chiseled, world-weary character in that. So to kind of see him in this, it was like, wow. Dear Lord.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, totally. And I mean, so we sort of follow him into jail, find out that he seems to be quite easygoing, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've got to be honest, it's one of the most well-behaved bunch of prisoners I've ever seen. Certainly in a film, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And in he goes into the jail. Basically, it all unravels that some crazy supernatural shit starts to happen, and they work out that the soul of the guy that was executed at the start is now a ghost.
Yeah.
Is possessing the prison.
Yeah.
And is out for revenge.
He wants to take revenge on the prison warden.
On the warden, who actually is ultimately revealed stitched him up.
Yep, and as a prison officer at the time of the execution.
Yeah, it was a prison officer at the time of the execution. It's seen at the start of the execution, and then basically it all just goes fucking tonto from there on.
Yep, just cracks on forward. I mean, that is the plot. End of story.
That is it. That is the plot.
There's some weird things that are hinted at. I don't know if they just stopped developing the script at some point.
Well, they've also got the sort of female character is very sort of suspicious. The prison board, she's sort of very progressive and is probably quite up for, she's susceptible to helping them, work out what's going on, I guess.
So we've kind of got that more liberal kind of stance and things. Chelsea Field, who also in Richard Stanley's Dust Devil.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, isn't it?
It is.
And Death Spa, which is a film that I've always wanted to watch and I've not actually watched, which is a proper 80s gym-based slasher, I believe.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. I wouldn't surprise me if we came round to that at some point.
No, I'm sure we'll get to our various gym-based slasher links at some point.
But essentially, it all goes. It all goes tits up. There's quite a wild ending where effectively the whole jail is possessed.
Yeah.
Including the machine guns and everything, and then an escape is made. And it's pretty wigged out. I think the story is a little bit secondary to that. There's not really much else to say about the story, but there's just so many weird things about this film. It's definitely a prison movie, quite a standard prison movie. It's also supernatural, horror. Yeah, it's got some really wigged out set pieces. It's also, despite being a standard prison film, it's also got a bit of a sort of fantasy prison element.
It does very much. I mean, it's
just that whole thing of okay, let's get him clear out of this old prison, and then it's being run by this mad warden. It's just bonkers. So oh god. And then lots of the set pieces, the horror set pieces, are just wild. I mean,
they're really good, to be honest. It's one of the things that kind of stands out from the film, and it was interesting because when I was watching some of the set pieces, and there's quite a lot of objects being possessed by the ghost, and that's the thing, because it's killing, inmates as well.
Oh, well, this is
just randomly killing inmates for no good reason.
This is one of the things. It wants revenge on the warden.
Yeah.
But it goes about it by basically just killing. Now, I was going to say innocent. They're obviously not. They're innocent of a crime. Yeah. They're not innocent of any crime to the ghost.
No, they've done nothing to harm him.
No. But he just fucking lays waste to them. I mean, holy shit. The guy and some really stand out and horrible stuff, the prison cell being made to be hot
Yeah,
to be like melting hot, and the guy like being burned alive inside it, his shoe melting, and it's fucking horrendous and really well played. I mean, really well played. The sort of Viggo Mortensen going in, like trying to get in to save himself. It's great.
Yeah, no, I was to say, one of the reasons I didn't take very notes. I mean, got to be honest, I went into this film expecting not to really be bothered about it, but I really genuinely. I didn't take any notes. I was like, what is going to happen next in this absolute shitstorm of madness?
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm not going to be wrong. I mean, it's not like a thriller-minute ride, but when the things happen, they are really fucking cool. The set pieces are lovely. Really well done.
That's one of the things I was going to say, actually. With it, like, the set pieces are all lovely, but in between, it kind of feels like a TV movie quite a lot of the time.
I would agree with that,
It's got a bit of a weird vibe. Like, they didn't really know what they were going for, so a lot of it's kind of like an episode of Columbo or something. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's an odd one, because I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite films, but I did enjoy it. It was a fun little romp, and definitely worth a watch. It's just interesting as a sort of starting point for quite a lot of people, I guess.
It's
like Renny Harlin. It wasn't his first film, I don't think.
It wasn't too. I mean, it's his first film in the States.
He's Finnish. Finnish. And I mean, how many Finnish directors could you roll off?
One.
Do you know? Yeah. And I mean, just look at it. I mean, he's done some stuff that I really, really enjoy, to tell you the truth. I mean, Die Hard 2 is pretty fucking winged out. I mean, the thing is as well, his trajectory was pretty rapid after this. So he did this in 87. He did Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Dream Master, in 1988.
Yep.
Then Die Hard 2 in 1990. And then rattled on. He was doing Cliffhanger by 93.
Yeah.
I mean, they were throwing some money at him. And I mean, to go from Prison to Nightmare on Elm Street 4, that's quite a big series to jump into.
It was, but it was interesting because, like, before I knew that, a lot of these set pieces, in their kind of vibe, really reminded me of Nightmare on Elm Street 3. A lot of the had that kind of that sort of almost spiritual dream killing weird stuff, like odd deaths, like super odd deaths. It kind of really reminded me of that, and I was like, oh shit, he did Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Okay, fair enough. So I really enjoyed that, but although, as I alluded to in the last episode, or maybe just spat out, I can't remember, he has been nominated for no less than 5 Razzies.
Well, though I'd probably take that as a badge of honour.
Yeah, totally.
Is he the highest? That can't be the most amount of Razzies anyone's been nominated for.
I don't know.
There must be some actors or something that have been nominated.
I wonder if
more.
He's upset that he never won any of them, though.
I
don't think he did. But.
Yeah, that guy Uwe Ball.
Oh Jesus! Fuck.
He's probably been nominated for more. I'd imagine. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to bring him up. I'm sorry.
You've actually given me a bit of my shoulders have drooped a little bit.
I've noticed that. Like, you look like you suddenly feel a little bit more sick than you actually are.
Yeah, like physically sick.
Gosh, you're sweating. Are you okay? So, while we're on it, Renny Harlin, just quickly looking at his bio. He also absolutely one of my favourites, and it's shit. I know it's shit, but I love it deeply. Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, Deep Blue Sea. Oh man. Oh.
Backward swimming sharks. That Samuel L. Jackson scene. Absolute insanity. Saffron Burrows being made to get out of a wetsuit for absolutely no reason at all. I mean, it's in this day and age, it's pretty offensive. But
yeah.
Whoa, what a film. Thomas Jane swimming with the bio sharks. Absolutely fucking love that film. It is insanity. And who can forget LL Cool J's not only star performance, but his song over the final credits with the immortal line, my head is like a shark's fin.
Does he explain that at all?
I don't think he does really, no. No, classic though. But he also, I noticed, and I didn't actually see it, and man, I'm saying this is quite recent, but actually it's 14 years old now. But I did The Exorcist: The Beginning.
Yeah, that got nominated for
did it? Did you see that at all? I'm just looking here on IMDb and noticing that this in the trivia section. There is a little section that says part of a cycle of horror films about murderers coming back from the dead after execution in an electric chair. So Shocker's in there.
Was House
3
isn't it?
Is I've never okay, I'm gonna make God. We're saying to people that we're lifelong horror fans, but I'm gonna make an admission here. I've not seen a single one of the House films.
Oh, you're having a fucking laugh.
No, seriously. And you bought the box set, didn't you?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring them down to the Meltdown event.
Oh God, yeah, that'd be ace. Another film's called Destroyer, 1988.
No, what's that?
Which I have no idea. Who knows? Oh, it looks. Oh, what a sleeve it's got! Holy shit! Ay, that looks fun. Just absolute nonsense. It looks like a prison riot breaks out at the moment of a serial murderer's execution by electrocution, and his fate becomes indeterminate when the prison is shut down. 18 months later, a team of filmmakers converge in the prison to film a woman in prison exploitation flick, but find that a certain somebody is disrupting their shooting schedule.
Would that just be an annoyance to you, though, if someone's disrupting your shooting schedule?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Well, I think production would just be fucking raging about it. They'd be on your back. I'd probably be away trying to... Like, they'd have me off trying to shoo him away or something like that.
It's like he's killing people. Look, Chris, just deal with it.
Chris, come on, fuck's sake. We're not getting any filming done here. Get it down there. Go and find that ghost. Go and find that ghost. See if you can pay him off. Give him like 50 quid or something like that. See if he'll go away.
Well, let's have a look. I mean, I think one of the best things about this film is the location, is that they actually managed to use a real prison.
It is incredible. It's an incredible location.
And they had free reign to do whatever they like in it. So when they're smashing through that wall, when they unleash the spirit, kind of fairly close to the start of the film, they really are bashing through that wall. So I just absolutely love that. It must have been such fun.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you as well. Like as a location manager, it is the dream to be given free rein on somewhere. For somewhere to say, yeah, go ahead, just do what you want and don't worry about it. It's just absolutely fantastic. Actually, do you know, I'm just about to film in a location that's getting refurbished now and open to the public. And they had a film in there a couple of years ago, and they were the production was told, "Oh, don't worry about it." Just they were like, "Oh, we need a scene with graffiti all over the walls and stuff," and they're like, "Yeah, just go into the toilets and you can graffiti whatever you want. It's fine. You know, it's not going to be reopened." And said that the profanities that were sprayed on the wall of this toilet were like absolutely horrendous. And when it started to get refurbed, they went in and painted over the walls, and I had to paint over them 3-4 times to get rid of all the stuff. And then some old boy had come in. It's like a community building now. It's like a community art space, and some old boy had come in and come out of the toilet and come up to him and said, "Oh, excuse me, yeah, I was in the toilet and it says cunt on the back of the door." It was like the one door that they didn't actually paint over or something. It slipped them. Yes, pretty horrendous. So yeah, I can imagine. Oh, interestingly, I think that prison was reopened later.
It was.
I wonder if they were. Is it reopened as a prison or was it reopened as a visitor attraction?
Ooh. I don't think it has been opened as an actual prison. Something else. I don't know about an art centre, but it's been something else. But of course, they also used actual prisoners as extras from a neighbouring prison.
What is that all about, man? That is impressive, isn't it? I'll tell you what I also found interesting, and I didn't piecing it together now. It's a name that I've seen come up quite regularly, obviously, but it's one of the interesting things about doing this. I usually don't delve in too much into the specifics of films, but produced by Charles Band.
Uh-huh.
And have you looked at like his resume, which is incredibly lengthy?
I have not.
Incredibly lengthy, but just to start with, he did From Beyond.
Oh, bloody hell! Okay.
From Beyond, Tourist Trap, Puppet Master. I think he's done all of the Puppet Master films. He's
all
certainly
of them?
All
900 Puppet Master films,
including up to the new Nazi one, which we haven't seen yet. I don't think it's out yet, is it? The Littlest Reich. Which is
Littlest Reich, is that what's fucking?
That's what it's called. And the guys, it's also produced by the guys that did Bone Tomahawk.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Craig Zaller's pals. Yeah, totally. I think Craig Zaller actually potentially wrote it as well.
Dear Lord,
insanity, totally. Puppet Master also did Troll,
right?
And a personal favourite of mine, Robot Jocks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did Arena as well.
Yeah, I watched Robot Jocks with Alexander.
Oh, did he like it?
I think he was just confused by it. Which I suppose everyone else was as well. But.
Well, who's not? It's ace. It's an ace little film. It really is.
I tell you, as far as actors go, the one that really caught my attention, and you have to say, this is one of those films that you're going to be watching it and you're going to go, oh, I recognise him, I recognise her, or oh, I recognise him, but you won't know where it's from. But my favourite guy was Tom Tiny Lister.
Yes.
Who has had an extraordinary life, man. Absolutely extraordinary. Also, like an actor, then turned professional wrestler.
Fuck. But the thing is, you can't really.
Honestly, man, if I swear to God, I'm looking at his filmography, and most people have got one line. I'm going to count this. This guy has been involved in, as far as IMDb will tell me, 78 films.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But I mean, he's fucking unbelievable.
He is unmistakable as well. I mean, the guy is absolutely fucking massive.
Absolutely huge. He's got a wonky eye.
He's got a squint.
Yep.
Do you know what? I mean, he is, for everyone that's had to put up with being bullied for having a squint, he must be an absolute fucking legend.
Absolutely, man. There must be. Yeah, I hope he's. I bet he's got like a wee video out there saying, "Don't worry, squinters. I'm a squinter too." And look at me.
Badass.
And he's be, look at me. I've been in Holy Water, Fish Hooks, K11.
Jackie Brown. He's in Jackie Brown.
He's in Jackie Brown actually.
The Dark Knight. Friday.
Well, somewhat disturbingly, Human Centipede 3.
No Holds Barred.
Universal Soldier.
Fucking legend. Guy's a fucking legend.
Beverly Hills Cop 2. I actually been like a voice actor in Zootopia actually, which I quite liked.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that means our kids have been writing to him.
Yeah. Well, maybe don't put it like that.
No, yeah. Let's just come clean here. We are not implying that he's a pedo.
No. In fact,
he should not turn up.
I've got to be honest. I think most.
Holy shit! He was in Extreme Prejudice. That is an awesome film.
I've got
Armed and Dangerous.
I know. It's absolutely insane.
Man. Runaway Train.
I know,
man.
You can just keep on going with this guy, and that's the guy that really caught my imagination. It was like, wow, this guy has been absolutely all over the shop.
Man, well, can we very briefly come back, and I will just confirm to you, Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich, which comes out this year, written by S. Craig Zaller, incredible. Udo Kier and Barbara Crampton. Music by Fabio Frizzi.
Fuck off.
No, seriously. Seriously.
Oh my god. That guy's written some of my favourite soundtracks of all time.
Yeah, totally. Absolute fucking legend.
So we're going to sum up our thoughts on this film. I'm going to be honest. I came in there. I enjoyed it. I
enjoyed it too. I did.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's the best film in the world, but I'd never felt bored watching it. I enjoyed I mean, the death scenes are really cool, really well done, really quite imaginative.
The end escape from the prisons. I like a little bit A-Team as well. It's just like,
yeah, totally.
You know, it's just great. I mean, I think you're right. I think really enjoyed it. I would recommend it to someone as a. Do you have to be in the mood for it? You have to be. I mean,
I don't think so, actually, because I'm going to be honest.
At all.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say you have to be in the mood for it, because I went into not being in the mood for it. I didn't think I was in the mood for it. Mainly because I thought, I didn't know anything about it. It looked, general 80s schlocky. I was like, right, I'm just going to watch this, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it'll surprise you. That's the way I'd sum it up. I think you might be surprised.
It's a very proficiently made film, starring a lot of interesting actors. It's well acted. It's well shot. Oh, we did forget something pretty big, actually.
Oh.
Stunt work from Kane Hodder.
Yes.
Fucking Kane Hodder is in it.
Kane Hodder's first on-screen appearance.
Amazing. And also the FX done by John Carl Buechler.
Yep.
Who had done some Friday the 13th work. Brilliant.
I tell you what I find odd about Kane Hodder. He's completely synonymous with Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
But wasn't in it until part 7.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
Hodder, oh man, I do fucking love me some fucking...
A bit of Hodder.
You're listening to this, you're probably a horror fan. Well, I hope you're a horror fan, or else you're pretty fucking confused, probably. Or I hope you're a swearing fan as well, and a rambling nonsense fan.
Probably a bit lonely, maybe. I don't know.
Give it a watch. That's what I say. Give it a watch. Excellent. And shall we move on to our other regular feature, the Blu-ray review?
Blue, it's the Blu-ray reviews, yeah. Blue, it's the Blu-ray reviews, yeah. Blue, it's the Blu-ray reviews, yeah. Blue, it's the Blu-ray review.
We've failed once so far, but we're always going to try and review Blu-ray. We're film lovers. We watch our films on projectors. We want to be watching in full HD.
Yep.
Neither of us have made the jump to 4K yet, but
no, there's talks. There's talks. Although it'd be interesting to see how much of this stuff will... saying that, I am now... Obviously, there's that new version of Suspiria, of the Daniel Argento original that's in 4K. But you've got to wonder how many of these things we're talking about will ever see 4K.
Well, you got to wonder what would be the point.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, really, what would be the point?
No,
but anyway, moving on. So we've both watched the UK Blu-ray of this, which is released by the fine folk over at 88 Films. Don't actually know that much about 88 Films, but they do.
I keep an eye on them.
Yeah, totally. I mean, all the releases so far have been fantastic, and actually a few came today for future use on this podcast. And yeah, it's really, really well presented. This is certainly my version's in a slipcase.
Yep, mine too. Yep,
lovely little slipcase. I quite like a little slipcase.
Slipcase.
I've not been drinking the whole way through this.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Were you drinking on the way home?
I was. Yeah. And so I'm now wondering if the artwork on it is newly commissioned. I think it might be.
Oh, I think it is. Yeah, because they've not got like a reversible sleeve, or am I making that up?
Yeah, no, there is a reversible sleeve, and I'm actually going to open it up just now. I'm glad I brought it out with me. And that is, I presume, is the original sleeve, the original poster art, which
it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, it's like a skull with
bars on eyes,
blue light coming from it. Yeah, great. And the folk over at 88 Films are really, really into the films that they're releasing and release lovely versions of them. Now, there's the one thing I'd say with this is pretty bare bones.
It is, yep.
I mean, in fact, so bare bones that the title menu, the menu screen that comes up is their new artwork, but the audio options are both on them. There's no sub-menus. on it.
No.
It just cuts straight in. And there are no extra features. There's a stills gallery.
Oh, there is one quite good extra feature that we both enjoyed.
Well, there is, yeah, totally. And actually, did you take any notes on that?
I didn't. I was so just like, wow, look at this stuff.
Totally. So, the original trailer, yeah, always nice to have. Archive stills gallery, which is just... I've never really got that. What's the point? It's just stills from the film you just watched.
Yeah, I'm watching a film with moving pictures. Don't put stills on it, please.
Yeah. Boring. And the trailer reel. The trailer reel is insane.
It's great. Really great.
All films that 88 films have put out, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And all, like, just absolutely wild. There's a couple of Chuck Norris films in there, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely insane.
Oh, God, I'm going to make a terrible admission as well.
Okay.
I've never seen a Chuck Norris film.
Not one.
Not one. Well, I've seen Game of Death. I've not seen one.
Chuck Norris, lead man. That's how you're saying.
Hold on, I just said Game of Death. He's not in Game of Death. What's the Way the Dragon? Way the Dragon. I've never seen him as a lead man or anything.
Right. Well, yeah. I've not seen
Probably
loads. But I've certainly seen a few. I've seen enough to know what all the various internet things on Chuck Norris mean.
Oh, yeah. A bit of Charles Bronson in there as well.
Yep.
Quite a wild looking Indiana Jones ripoff.
Yeah, that looks fucking tremendous.
Yeah, I've added it to my watch list, to my purchase list actually on Amazon. I'm like, definitely getting that film at some point.
I have to say, like, the thing that really surprised me in the trailer reel was the sleepaway camp stuff, which I just thought was going to be like a straight crappy rip-off of Friday the 13th, but it is anything but. It looks insane.
Oh, well, but you've seen the first sleepaway camp, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3.
Oh, do you?
I've only seen part 2.
Oops.
It is a fucking hoot. And that trailer reel is just a real blast from the past. It really feels like the days when you rented... When you went to rent something like Prison and you put the tape in... I mean... Do you remember like the trailers you'd see before them, and you'd never see the films on the shelves anywhere? Yeah, you'd be like, "Where the fuck am I supposed to find these films?" Do you know what I mean? Like really, really shonky films. So it's got no extras, but the quality of the actual print is great.
It is really good. I'd be interested because, like, it's
clearly shot, like obviously shot in films, pre-digital.
Yeah, it'd be 35mm, I guess.
35mm, and it looks really good. There's a couple of instances of damage, but it looks fucking great. And
it does. I was surprised. I think one of the reasons I was a little bit apprehensive was like, oh god, is this gonna be one of those films? It's like you put it on, it's like, oh no. You put some Blu-rays on and go, this is barely over DVD quality. But not the case with this, man. Not that I've seen the DVD version of it, but it's actually really good looking. And I'd be interested to see where they got the print from, because it was Shout Factory. They put it out in the States a few years earlier. Their Blu-ray's got a few extra things in it. It's got a 37-minute specially made documentary.
It's got audio commentary as well.
It has, which I was reading a little bit about today. And they're saying it's all right, but there's like moments where like 2 or 3 minutes where Renny Harlin just says nothing at all.
Amazing.
And then he'll just come in, and then like 2-3 minutes, nothing at all. After about the first hour, apparently, it's like just kind of runs out of stuff to say.
Brilliant.
But good on Shout Factory for getting that done. It's difficult to argue with this Blu-ray, I think.
I find it hard to argue with as well. Like watching it on the projector, both of us are projecting to a big scale as well. We're not just projecting a small image like this, across my whole wall.
This is filling a wall. Yeah.
And it looked brilliant.
Yep, and I was happy with that. So I'll be interested to see if they actually use the same transfer as Shout Factory.
I mean, I can't imagine that there's any money to be made if you're having to do your own transfer as well.
No, I think the reasonable thing to do is say, look, we want to release this in in Britain. Can we
give you some money towards your exactly,
and that would be the ultimately reasonable way to do it, and I hope that's what they've done because there's been I'm sure because actually our next which one is it? We've got another. Which is it? Oh no, we do have another 88 films coming up at some point, which is
not next, but
it's not next, but it is a direct. It's exactly the same
and
transfer.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting when we do that film actually, because you'll be reviewing the UK copy, I'll be reviewing the US copy. So I've got the import. So it'll be interesting to see that. Obviously they'll have the same print, but we'll be able to see what else is on there. So yeah, I mean, the one thing that always pisses me off a little bit is like it's great that they've got the same print and they've both got access to the same high quality print and they're sharing that, but why are the extras not replicated?
I don't know.
Does it come down to it being too expensive for 88 films to do? Do you know what? I might actually.
It might well be.
I might ask for a little interview from one of these guys at some point, because I don't really understand the way it works. It's like, they are some great features. Why are they not being ported over? If Scream Factory can't release their film, they don't have the rights to release it in the UK and make any money from it, surely they would want to make some money of it from licensing it to someone else. Anyway, I don't know.
I suppose that, I think the budgets are, when it comes to something like 88 films, the budget must be so tight that if Shout Factory say, look, okay, you can have our extras, it's going to cost you $2,000.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's gonna break the budget for us. It's entirely feasible. That's what it is.
Yeah, totally. Well, you think like $2,000 when you think of it being sold to people for £8 a pop.
Yeah.
Like, how many people are actually buying these films?
Exactly. I mean, the margins will be like, they'll be tight. Let's be honest.
Absolutely minimal. Yeah, minimal. But I would give it a definite thumbs up. I mean, if you're in the UK, you're interested, if you listening to our rambling chat has piqued your interest, or you see it on the shelf and you're just like, I'm up, like it, that it's worth taking a punt on. It's a good, it's not it looks great, and that's what we're here for. We're here to see that it looks good. So yeah,
as we've said in the past, we're not huge extras for, don't get me wrong, I do, there are some extras out there that absolutely make a disc unbelievable.
I do like an extra, exactly.
But it's not my main priority, and if I'm going to recommend this to you on a picture, then you just can't go wrong with it.
Grand, get it. So moving on to our final, and this will be a bit of a short one, I believe, but our final feature. What would James Furman think?
James Furman was the director of the British Board of Film Classification from 1975 to 1999. And we ask ourselves, what would James Furman do? What would James Furman do? What would James Furman say? We ask, what would James Furman do? Tell us, James, what would you say?
Yet again, we know what James Furman thought.
Yep.
Because obviously, as a 1987 film, this was released under his tenure. And the film has always been uncut in the UK. There's been no issues at all. So first released on the 8th of December 1987. Wow, can you imagine going to see what the thing is, it was originally rated on film in 87, so it must have had a cinema release. Probably there was nothing really here to give Furman much bother. There was nothing too.
The deaths are kind of quite violent and bloody, but at the same time, I was talking about how it reminded me of Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah,
they are still they're out there. They're it's based in complete unreality.
Yeah.
It's not it's not visceral real life stuff. It's very much in the comic book side of violence and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the main reason. Had the film had a different tone, had they dealt with those bits of violence differently, then maybe. But it's, it's obviously just put out there as a bit of entertainment. And of course, it's well made at the same time as well.
It is well made, yeah. And do you know what? Actually, I would love to have seen this at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'd have seen that sleeve, I would have taken a punt on it. 1987 was actually the year that we met. Oh, it makes us sound like lovers.
What do you mean? Sound like?
But little John, little Chris, we could have been.
That's what we call our That's what we call our penises.
Unfortunately, we still do.
Yep. No real movement in that.
No, not at all. Man, if the old video van had popped up right at yours.
We've never mentioned the video van, have we?
We've never mentioned the video van.
We mentioned in our last podcast briefly, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Yes, when I lived back home, I had a guy that came round in an
escort van.
Escort. Yeah, it's like a small, very small van, more like a car with a
extended back.
Yeah. So he would come around with crates of VHS to your house. And you would go out to the back, you'd open up the boot, and you'd flick through, and you get some. And then he'd come back the next week, and he'd take them away, and you get some more. And it was, absolutely amazing, to be honest, when you think about it. What a service! What a service!
Door-to-door service. It was so exciting when he came and chapped the door.
Oh yeah,
it's time for, video guys here. Let's go and have a look at the back.
Absolutely amazing. That guy was an absolute hero. I'd forgotten about him until you just said it again. There, oh man,
absolute legend.
Got some amazing stuff off that guy. That's God. What a weird time, man.
So random. So totally random.
Like in the days where if you lived out of town, you get meat and fish fans would come round and sell you stuff.
Yeah, totally.
But what was it? I can't remember the boy's name actually.
I can't remember his name either.
It'll come to me.
He was pretty wigged out. Yeah, we'll report back, guys, on that.
Okay, sorry. Again,
and actually,
digression.
do you know what? Shit, we. I guess we're now running a trail to say how to get in touch with us, but yeah, like do any interesting stories like that? We'd love to hear them.
Yeah,
absolutely. Love to hear them.
Totally.
How did you get your films back in the day? There you go. That's it. Yeah, tell us. Brilliant. All right, so I think that brings us to a nice close in this one.
Yeah. This film was banned in Sweden, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah, I read that today.
What for?
I don't know. Not being Swedish, I've no idea. Maybe they just didn't like people from Finland very much.
That seems weird because Sweden seems like one. Oh yeah, actually, do you know that might well be it. Surely it's one of the most permissive societies there is, isn't it?
Yeah. I was surprised, but I don't really know anything about their censorship. Know about their out views and their views in life, which are pretty decent. But censorship, no idea. But yes, here absolutely wham bang, and you go. I couldn't even find any insights on it on the PBFC website.
Oh God, there you go.
It was just like fuck it, straight through, done, job done.
Shit, crazy times.
Yep. So our next film might be a little different when we come to the old James Furman chat, but
yeah, absolutely. But so moving on, our tenuous link, which John laughed at greatly, is and something that hasn't been brought up so far in the film is our tenuous link is. Do you remember, John, when you were watching Prison and the very old school computer was possessed by the killer?
Yep.
Do you remember that? You remember that? Okay. Well, we're moving on to another film with a possessed computer. Evil Speak. Oh my lord. 1981's Evil Speak, which we've both seen, but neither of us have seen for a long time. And I really honestly cannot wait to watch it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, super excited about that one. So join us for that, and there will be a pretty good bit of chat about the censorship issues that are involved in that, I would imagine.
There will be also my first flirtation with under-the-counter banned films as well.
Excellent. Can't wait for that chat. So thanks for joining us again, guys. Join us next time when we will be watching Evil Speak. And if you do want to get in touch with us, you can head on over to our website at www.horrormeltdown.podbean.com, where you can find all our episodes, and you can also find links to how you can get in touch with us. Facebook, Twitter, blah blah blah, all the rest. If you want to send us an email, you can at horrormeltdownpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you think of the show, and we'd love to hear about some possible future episode suggestions. One
thing I will say is don't expect us to get back immediately.
Well, no.
It'd probably be within a day, 2 days, 3. It'll be within a week. Definitely within a week. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. And if you want to find out in advance, you want a little sneak preview of what we're going to be coming up with in the future, then you can head over to letterboxd.com, and that's letterboxd.com. So Letterboxd, but without the E at the end. And if you search over there, you'll find a list that I have created. I'm on there as Bugenhagen.
That's the best one to search for. I didn't find the hashtag thing in it.
Oh, didn't you? So I have tagged it with several tags, but if you look for Bugenhagen, and that's spelled Buggenhagen, Bugenhagen, you'll find a list of the Captain's Horror Meltdown podcast upcoming films, which you can watch along with us. Alright, well, thanks again for listening, guys, and we will see you next time.
Excellent. Take care, folks.
Bye.
Cheers.